Everyone, in this video I am going to take the topic atomic structure, and under atomic structure we are going to focus on quantum number. So now what is quantum number? Quantum number is the postal address of an electron in an atom. Means the atom contains shell, and under shell there are subshells, and under subshell there will be a subshells, and in subshell, that is also called orbital, electron is placed. So now under quantum number we are going to find which shell, which subshell, and which subshell, and what type of orientation, it is clockwise or anti-clockwise, in which electron exists. Now there are four type of quantum number. One is principal quantum number, that is denoted by small n, that tell us about the number of shell. Number of shell, we know that number of shell will be first shell, second shell, third shell, fourth shell, like that. If the value of n is 1, it means it exists in first shell. If the value of n is 2, it means the electron exists in second shell, like that. Azimuthal quantum number is represented by small l, that tell us about subshell. There are four subshell: S, P, D, and F. G subshell is also pronounced, but it does not exist because we are having limited number of elements. We can say that it is a future subshell. But S, P, D, and F. Now, if the value of L is 0, then it will be a S subshell. If value of L is 1, then P subshell. If value of L, azimuthal quantum number, is 2, it means D subshell. If value of L is what? After 2, what will come? 3. After 3, it will be a 4. So these are the value of azimuthal quantum number that represent the number of subshells. What subshell? If L is 0, S, 1 is P, if 2, D, 3, F, G, 4. So now value of L, azimuthal quantum number, will tell you about the number of subshells in which subshell electron exists. Now the magnetic quantum number represented by M, that is magnetic quantum number. It tell you about the subshells. So now S is a subshell, it contain only one subshell. P is a subshell, but it contain three subshells. Subshells are called orbitals. So magnetic quantum number tell us about orbitals, and its value depends upon the value of L. Spin quantum number, that is represented by small s, and its value will be either +1 or -1. +1 shows the electron is clockwise in the orbital, and -1 shows the electron is anti-clockwise in the subshell orbital. What is that? So now sequence is, it tell us about shell, it tell us about subshell, it tell us about subshell, means orbital, and spin quantum number tell us about spin, means it will be a clockwise electron or anti-clockwise electron. Remember, every orbital having two electron, one is clockwise, other is anti-clockwise. That is the law of Hund's rule. According to Hund's rule, every orbital must have two electron, one will be clockwise and other will be electroclockwise, and clockwise electron will have lower energy, so it will be filled first. Then after filling all the orbitals by clockwise electron, then we are starting the filling of anti-clockwise electron. This is the Hund's rule. Now we are going to learn how to calculate the quantum number. We will start from the first quantum number, that is principal quantum number. That already I have discussed that the principal quantum number is represented by n, and its value will be 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. depend upon the number of shell in which electron exists. And if we are talking about the azimuthal quantum number, that is L, L's value will depend upon the value of n. L will always equal to 0 to n minus 1. Suppose if n is equal to 1, means we are talking about the first shell. In that case, what will be the value of L? 0 to 1 minus 1, it will be a 0. So L will be equal to 0. If n is equal to 2, then what will happen? The value of L will be what? 0 to n minus 1 means 0 to 2 minus 1 means 0 and 1. If we are having the value of n is equal to 3, in that case the value of L will be what? 3 minus 1, it will be 2, to 0 to 2 it will be 0, 1 and 2. And we already discussed that L is equal to 0 means s orbital. And if L is equal to 0 and 1, it means s and p orbital. If L is equal to 0, 1, 2 means what? S, p and d orbital, and so on. Is it okay? We are talking about n is equal to 4, then it will be 0, 1, 2 and 3, it will be s, p, d and f, like that. So G subshell G will come in fifth shell, right? So in first shell only one subshell, that is S. Second shell only two subshell, S and P. In third shell only three subshells, it will be S, P and D. And fourth shell it will be a four subshell, will be S, P, D and F. And fifth shell it will be a five subshell, that will S, P, D, F and G, right? Now we are going to talk about how to calculate the magnetic quantum number. Remember, magnetic quantum number tell us about the subshell, that is called orbital. Now see here, m depend upon value of L. If L is equal to 0, suppose L is equal to 0, then what will be m? In that case m is also 0, because m is equal to minus L to plus L including 0, right? Then if L is equal to 0, m also equal to 0. If L is equal to 1, we can say 0 and 1, but 1 we are taking, then m will be equal to what? Minus 1 to plus 1 including 0 means what? Minus 1, 0 and plus 1. And if L is equal to 1, L is equal to 1 means p subshell. So p subshell carrying three subshells, that is called 3 orbital. So we can say that the p subshell carrying 3 orbitals. Now if L is equal to 2, in that case if L is equal to 2, then what will be the m? M equal to a minus 2 to plus 2 including 0. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1 and plus 2. Then what is the meaning of 2 if L is equal to 2? Then if L is equal to 2, it means D subshell. And D subshell carrying how many orbitals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orbitals. Now if we are talking about L is equal to 3, that is F subshell. If 3 will come, it will be F will come in fourth shell. So if L is equal to 3, then M will be what? Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2 and plus 3, like that. Is it okay? So if we know the value of L, we can calculate the value of M. If we know the value of N, we can calculate the value of L. If we know the value of L, we know that what subshell electron belongs. Now we are going to talk about the last quantum number. What is that? Spin quantum number, that is shown by S. So now orbital. Suppose it is a p orbital. See how to represent the orbital. If we are talking about p orbital, we are calculating the spin quantum number, spin, and this is a p orbital. So p orbital, what will be the value of m? It will be minus 1, it will be 0, it will be plus 1. Is it? So according to Hund's rule, we are writing the number of electrons. Suppose p have, this is a p orbital, p orbitals, 3 p orbitals. Now we can say px, py, pz according to the shape, because p, every subshell have shape also. Suppose S subshell have a spherical shape, p subshell have dumbbell shape. So there are 3 orbital, it will be px orbital, py orbital and pz orbital. And according to Schrodinger, what is orbital? The definition of orbital is given by Schrodinger. What he has suggested, that the orbital is a place where the finding of electron probability is maximum. So according to him, a dumbbell shape, in this shape the electron finding probability will be maximum. In this shape it will be maximum. In this shape it will be maximum. There is no probability at this place, empty place, right? So there are 3 p orbitals. What is that? Px, py and pz. So this is px, this is py and this is pz, right? So now 3 orbitals. So according to Hund's, electron will be filled in clockwise manner first then anti-clockwise. So we are writing the electron clockwise, 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 anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise. So maximum how many electron we can fill in p subshell, that is what, 6, because p have 3 orbitals. So now maximum electron s subshell have 1 orbital, so maximum electron 2, maximum electron 2. P subshell having maximum electron 6, and D subshell having maximum electron 10, and F subshell having maximum electron 14, and every orbital will carrying 2 electrons, so S will have 1 orbital, P will have 3 orbital, D will have 5 orbital, and F have 7 orbitals. That we can calculate with the help of the quantum number, azimuthal and magnetic quantum number. Now if we are talking about this electron, so what is the spin quantum number for this electron? It is a clockwise. So for this electron, S will be equal to plus half, because it is a clockwise electron. But for the second electron, see, it is also clockwise, plus half, plus half. And for the fourth electron in p subshell, that will be minus half. Fifth electron minus half, sixth electron minus half. And every orbital will carrying one clockwise means plus half, and other will be anti-clockwise, it will be a minus half. So now we have discussed how to calculate the quantum numbers, principal, azimuthal, magnetic and spin. And we also know the shape of the orbitals. We also know the number of maximum electron can be filled in subshells. Is it okay? Now one more thing I am going to tell you. Now I am going to tell you modern SPDF electronic configuration that is based on the quantum number, right? According to Aufbau is a chemist. What he has suggested, the electrons will be filled in increasing order of their energy of their subshells. Again I am repeating, what is Aufbau rule? Aufbau rule is the where the sequence of filling of electron in increasing order of their energy of their subshells. So we have to find the energy of different subshells, and we are going to arrange them in increasing order. After that we can fill the electron. We know the maximum capacity of electron of each subshell. Now there are some subshells with the shell. 1s means first shell and s subshell, 2s means 2 shell and s subshell, 2p means what, 2 second shell and p subshell. So now who is going to have lower energy, who is going to have high energy? Now there is a way to find the high energy, that is called N plus L rule. What is that? N plus L rule is going to tell you about the energy of the subshell. Who have greater value of N plus L will have higher energy. If the N plus L value is same for 2 orbitals, in that case who will have higher energy? The subshell having bigger value of principal quantum number. That is the N plus L rule. Now if we are going to see, for 1s it will be 1 plus 0, it will be 1. For 2s it will be 2 plus 0, it will be 2. And 2 p, for p it will, what will be the value of L? That is 1, 2 plus 1, it will be 3. So 1, 2, 3. So it will have high energy. Now here 3s, 3 plus 0, that is 3. 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 0, 3. So now who will have high energy? Both have having same N plus L value. So this will have higher energy because it have higher value of principal quantum number. Then we are arranging 1s, after that 2s, after that 2p. So 1s, 2s, 1s, after that 2s, after that 2p, 3s. So in this direction we are moving. Is it okay? So 1s lowest energy, 2s more higher, 2p more higher, 3s. After that what will come? 3p, 4s. Then it will be 3d, 4p, 5s. After that it will be 4d, 5p, 6s. After that we are going in this way, 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s, right? After that we are going in this way. So what will be? Is it? So now this will be the arrow. We are moving this. So now 1s will have lowest energy. After that 2s. After that 2p. After that 3s, and so on. Is it okay? So now according to n plus l value we are going to find the electrons, and we know that s will have 2 electron, p will have 6 electron, d will have maximum 10 electron, f will have maximum 14 electron. Suppose we want to write the electronic configuration of scandium, that is 21. We are having 21 electron. So now what we'll write, 1s sequence will write 1s, after that 2s, after that 2p, 3s, it will be 3p, it will be 4s, it will be 3d, and so on. So s will have 2 electron, 2 electron, 6 electron, 2 electron, 6 electron. Now it will be 18 electron, 19, 20, and how many left? 1. It will be 1 here. So now 21 we can fill the electrons. We must know the maximum capacity electron, we must know the sequence of orbitals, they can then fill the electron with some exceptional cases, right? Now the question is, what is the electronic configuration of ions? If we are talking about scandium ion, Sc1 plus, then the first electron will be lost. So now if one electron will be lost by scandium, Sc1 plus, then the electron will be lost from the outermost shell. Now we can see the outermost shell, the maximum quantum number 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3. So this is the maximum. The electron will be lost from 4 is first. If we are talking about the Sc double plus, the second electron will be lost again from here. And we are talking about third electron, then we are having 3s, 3p, 3d. In that case, d will lose the electron. So scandium triple plus, is it okay? Scandium triple plus, it will lose 1 electron from d and 2 electron from 4s. The first 2 electron will be lost from 4s, then the third electron will be lost from d. If you are talking about the n ions, they accept electron. In that case, electron will be accepted into the outermost shell first. Is it okay? Now thank you very much. We will discuss more about into the next video.